Hello students. Today we will learn about the new course Optical Communication of SAM 7. The course code is ECC 703. As you all know, communication may be broadly defined as the transfer of information from one point to another. When the information is to be conveyed over any distance, a communication system is usually required. Within a communication system, the information transfer is frequently achieved by modulating the information onto an electromagnetic wave, which act as a carrier for the information signal. This modulated carrier is then transmitted to the required destination where it is received, and the original information signal is obtained by demodulation. Sophisticated techniques have been developed for this process using electromagnetic carrier wave operating at radio frequency as well as microwave and millimeter wave frequencies. However, communication may also be achieved using an electromagnetic carrier which is selected from the optical range of frequencies. So here we will first see communication, which I explained you, why communication is important and how we can do the communication with the help of electromagnetic carrier. Now what we will cover here: vision and mission of the program, course prerequisites, about the course, course outcome and Bloom's level, course delivery plan, syllabus. Then we will see the block diagram of optical communication, then electromagnetic spectrum, advantages, disadvantages and application. Let's start. What is vision? To be the most sought after academic research and practice based department of electronics and telecommunication engineering that others would wish to emulate. And our mission is creating exuberant electronics and telecommunication engineering professionals. What are the prerequisites are required here? Physics. As we are talking about the optical communication, the light is our medium to transmit an information. That's why for whenever we discuss about the light, the refraction part comes. That's why the basic concept of physics are required. Electromagnetic wave, as we discuss, we are using electromagnetic carrier which is selected from the optical range of frequencies. And in the lecture also we will see how we will analyze optical signal with the help of Maxwell equation. That's why electromagnetic wave propagation basically required. Now we are talking about the light, but the information will be in the electrical signal. Therefore we will convert the electrical signal into light signal with the help of devices, optical sources, LED and laser. And at the receiver side, again we will convert the electrical signal into light. Again we will convert the light signal into electrical signal. For that purpose we will require detector, PIN and APD, avalanche photodiode. Therefore electronic devices and circuit basic is required here. Principle of communication. As I already discussed, the modulation of information is important. Therefore whenever we talk about the modulation, principle of communication is important, because we are basically talking about the carrier and modulation. Therefore basic of principle of communication is also required here. Now about the course, 4 hours per week, 4 credits are assigned, 80 marks of theory exam will be there at the end by the university. Then internal assessment, there will be a 20 marks, 2 UT of 20, and the average will be considered. 3 hours of exams will be there. Course outcome, there are 3 course outcomes from Mumbai University, and which are list, write and explain fundamental and transmission characteristics of optical fiber communication. Number 2, list, write and explain principles and characteristics of various sources, detectors and various fiber optic component. Number 3, calculate parameters for optical link budgeting and analyze the link. There are 6 modules, and I have mentioned here the CO for each top module and applicable program outcome, and how we will proceed with the help of Zoom and Google Classroom. Optical communication lab is also there of 25 marks term work and 25 marks of oral. Total 50 marks is assigned for lab and total 100 marks for optical communication. Therefore the complete package of optical communication is of 150 marks, and the total semester is of 800 marks. There are 6 modules. You can see here the number 1, optical fiber and their properties. Here we will see how the ray will go and ray theory transmission, and what are the important parameters like numerical aperture, acceptance angle, critical angle, what are the losses or what are the advantages of optical fiber. Number 2, transmission characteristic. When light will pass through optical fiber, what will happen? It will absorb, scattered or disperse. So all that transmission characters we will see, and how to minimize it and how to measure it with the help of OTDR. Number 3, optical sources. As we are converting electrical signal into a light, therefore we will study here the different types of sources, LED and laser. And at the receiver side we are converting again light into electrical signal, therefore our module 4 is all about the optical detectors. And number 5, fiber optic component. In a complete optical fiber link there are so many things: transmitter, receiver. Apart from this, the connector and splices will be there to join two fiber. After passing a signal from optical fiber of suppose 100 km, 50 km, the losses will be there, therefore regenerator is also required there. There are so many optical components we will discuss here: couplers, multiplexers, and fiber gratings, and Fabry-Perot filters will be there. And then next 6, after going through this 5 module, we will install, or we will do a simulation on a simulation software where we will design an optical link. And after designing an optical link on a simulation software, we will do the power analysis, which is called link budget, where we will know about how much power is consumed by each component and how much actual power is required before installation. Here we will also study the rise time budget analysis, how each component is producing a delay in optical signal, that we will study here. Let's start. What is optical fiber? The fiber optic is nothing but optics plus fiber. Light is guided in optical fiber. The fiber is extremely of pure glass or plastic. The current speed of optical fiber is 15.5 terabytes per second. And the communication inside the optical fiber is completely achieved by total internal reflection. You can see here in the figure the red part, the total internal reflection. You can see here the light is propagating from passing through a core, and it is reflected at the bottom side and at the upper side. Here is a very important block diagram of optical communication, which is completely related with your syllabus. Our module 1 is all about the optical fiber and their characteristic. So let's see here. First, the electrical signal will come. That electrical signal will pass through a drive circuitry and light source. The light source is nothing but LED and laser, which will convert your electrical signal into an optical signal, light signal. The zigzag line is representing your optical fiber. Just after a transmitter, you are observing here connector. Connector is nothing but it is used to join two optical fiber temporarily. After connector, optical splice is there. The splice is used to permanently join two optical fibers. Then after that, the optical coupler. You can see the optical couplers are used to separate the two optical signals or to create another branch. All this comes under a optical component, which we will study in module 3. The regenerator is also a part of our module 3 optical component. It is used to regenerate or increase the optical signal strength. At the receiver side, you are seeing the photo detector, which is nothing but your module 4. How you will convert your light signal into a electrical signal with the help of APD and PI and diode, then amplifier, signal restorer, and again electrical signal. So this diagram will help you to understand your complete syllabus and each module. Okay, next, the next slide is about applications. So this diagram is similar to your previous diagram. The only thing is that the telephone and laptop is mentioned at the transmitter side and at the receiver side, which means we can use this link for analog and digital communication also. Now, what is the difference between the copper and optical fiber communication? As we are communicating with the help of light, therefore there is no crosstalk, or there will be no electromagnetic interference, or there will be no radio frequency interference will be there. Number 2, very high rate of communication or high data rate we can transmit with the help of optical fiber. The security will be provided also. The cost is very less. The size is very less, and it is small, and the weight is also very less. So as you can see in the figure, at left hand side 4 copper wires are there. With the help of 4 copper wires you can transmit 2 signals at most, or if you will consider one wire as a common, you can transmit 4 different signals at a time. But in optical fiber, we are going to study the multiplexing and demultiplexing and how we can use same light or single light to transmit n number of information with the help of multiplexer and demultiplexer. Now, how your optical fiber look like? See here, core, cladding and coating. The core is the main component from where the light will pass, and cladding is nothing but it is a supporting component, or it will act as a mirror which will help your light inside the core to complete its travel, and it will not come outside your core. So cladding is acts like a mirror, and coating is for environmental protection. It will provide a strength, or it will not allow a water or anything dust will come inside your optical fiber. The coating is for protection purpose. Core and cladding is your main component of your optical fiber. Let's start why light and why we are using light. As we all know, we are not using light for communication in last 20 years or 30 years or 40 years. We are using light from so many years. The use of visible optical carrier wave or light for communication has been common for many years. Simple systems such as signal fires, reflecting mirrors, and more recently signaling lamps have provided successful if limited information transfer is required. So this light source is basically used by ships, and it will help the ships for different types of signals about the danger or about the structure of Earth at that particular location. Moreover, as early as 1880, Graham Bell reported the transmission of speech using a light beam, and the photophone proposed by Bell just 4 years after the invention of telephone modulated sunlight with a diaphragm, giving speech transmission over a distance of 200 meters. So we can see here in 1880 our telephone is invented, and just after 4 years, means in 1885, the first telephone with the help of sunlight was invented. Then, but your actual optical fiber comes in 1960. Now the question comes, why this 70 years of gap? Because when we want to transmit a light, we have to think about the three things. Number one, sources, optical fiber and detector. Whenever we want to transmit a light, all these three things should be compatible with your information. So the 70 year gap is nothing, it is a R&D or research and development progress of each part: sources, detector and your optical fiber. Here you can see the electromagnetic spectrum showing the reason used for optical communication. As you can see from the figure, as frequency goes on increasing, the wavelength goes on decreasing. And we are going to increase the frequency when we want to transmit an n number of data. Depending on their wavelength, this electromagnetic carrier can be transmitted over considerable distances but are limited in the amount of information they can convey by their frequency. The greater the carrier frequency, the more wavelength of the more data you can transmit. So here you can see that the optical communication comes under infrared region, and from 1.7 micrometer to 0.8 micrometer. In the next slide I will show you which spectrum or from which frequency to which frequency which type of communication you will use. So see here, all these diagrams are from, this diagram is from John Senior and this diagram is from Gerd Kaiser, which are your reference book. Okay, see here, for audio and for very low frequency or medium frequency, in this diagram see here, at right hand side frequency is there, at left hand side wavelength is there, and in this 3 column table, the first column represent the name of the frequency, which type of frequency here, and in the second column which medium you are going to use, and the third column is about the applications. So see here, for audio frequency very low, low frequency, medium frequency, from audio to low frequency, you are going to use a wire pairs. And what are the applications? Telephone and telegraph. And what is the frequency range? 1K to 100K. After that, the coaxial cable will be used, medium frequency to ultra high frequency. And the applications are TV, FM, mobile, radio, and the frequency range is from 100K to 1 gigahertz. After that, the waveguide comes. For super high frequency and millimeter high frequency, the frequency range is from 1 gigahertz to 100 gigahertz. Then next, here the important parts: infrared region, visible region, and ultraviolet region. So our optical fiber comes under infrared region. The frequency range is from 10 raised to 14 hertz to 10 raised to 15 hertz. And the applications are telephone, data, and video. What are the advantages and disadvantages? The potential, enormous potential bandwidth, small size and weight, electrical isolation, signal security, low transmission loss, potential low cost. And what are the disadvantages of your optical fiber? It requires a higher initial cost in installation. The connector and interfacing between the fiber optic cost a lot and require specialized sophisticated tools for maintenance and repairing. What are the applications of optical fiber? Telecommunication, long distance communication, inter-exchange junction, fiber in loop, FITL, for video transmission purpose, for broadband services, for high electromagnetic interference areas, for military applications. I hope now you know about the basics of optical fiber communication, the optical communication block diagram, and the electromagnetic spectrum. Thank you.